Hello everybody, it's Wendy and I'm here today for Jesse James Beads, and we are going to make a cool stretch and chain bracelet. So here's what we're going to do. This is the one that I did using the Sunset Goddess mix, which I think turned out super cute. And we're going to do one today using the Smoke and Mirrors kit. So Jesse James Beads has their stretch cord on sale. Let's see, you get a free spool of elastic with a $29 order. So that's a pretty good deal. I would check that out. I will have links in the description box below. And here is our encouraging word for today. It's by Bob Carey, and it says, "Unexpected kindness is the most powerful, least costly, and most underrated agent of human change." Pretty cool. All right. Now, let's see here. What you're going to need if you want to make this same bracelet as me is you're going to need some of this really cool chain from Jesse James Beads. You can use any of their large link chains. This one I really like because this looks like bead frames and it makes it look like the beads are framed like that. So they sit pretty well in there for the most part. So that's the chain I'm using. As I said, I will link it in the description box below the video. If you want to check that out and get that same chain, you can. But any of the large link chains will work. You just... the beads may not sit quite as well in there. You'll just have to, trial and error. So this is the Smoke and Mirrors mini mix, or these are some of the beads from the Smoke and Mirrors mini mix. So I'm using those. I have a lobster clasp. I have two 6mm gunmetal jump rings. I have two 2x2 gunmetal crimp tubes. And I have a length of elastic cord. And I've taken this and I've stretched it out between my fingers like this. You want to do this so it doesn't stretch out on your arm, once you have it on. Now, we're going to be using this elastic very loosely. We don't want to make it tight on this, see? We want to make it very loose. You're also going to need a gunmetal eye pin if you want to make the little dangle on the end like I do. So let me grab that out, like this little dangle right here. You're going to need a gunmetal eye pin for that one, okay? So, and your jewelry tools, of course, and I think that that is everything. So what we're going to do is I have a little different jump ring on here that I'm going to remove. I had this on, I was using this in another project, and then I ended up not using it, so I still had this little jump ring there. So I'm going to take that guy off. I am going to put this jump ring on, this 6mm gunmetal jump ring. And I'm going to put the lobster on this end as well. And just close this up really good. All right. So there's what we've got. Now, we're going to get this out of the way. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, and you want to make sure this jump ring's closed. I don't have mine closed very good. Let me fix that. Okay. All right. We are going to take our one of our crimp beads and our elastic, and I like to try to put it through either this jump ring or just this ring. This chain has a little hole right in it. See where that jump ring's going through? And if you can get your elastic to go through there, it's helpful. I don't know that I can because I put the jump ring on first. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it around this jump ring right here, this first one here. And I'm going to take my crimp tube. I'm going to put it on, and I'm putting that right through the jump ring. Then I'm going to come around, and the easiest way that I have found to do this, it's a little fiddly. You want to take the crimp tube, stretch this over your finger so that the crimp tube is tight. The elastic is tight underneath it, and you can come way up here and do this if you want. We can always scoot that back down, but that gets it tight and allows this to go back through this crimp tube. Okay, so see it goes back through. I'm just going to pull it, and now you can pull that up tight. Okay, so we've got it on there. Let me straighten everything back out. It's on that little jump ring, and it's tight up on there. You don't want it too tight. You want it to have a little bit of movement there. But we're just going to take our pliers. They don't have to be crimping pliers, just your chain nose, and just flatten that out. Now, don't flatten it to the point that you're going to cut the elastic, but you just want to flatten it to where it's secure, and if you pull on it, it's not going to come loose. And I have never had a problem with these coming loose, okay? I'm just going to say. The people that I worked for, the lady that had been in jewelry business for over 25 years, she crimped Stretch Magic, her stretch cord, never had a problem with that. We did it all the time there, and I've done it all the time here, and I've never had it come loose. So if you crimp that little crimp down, but you don't mash it to the point where it's going to cut the elastic, it is very secure and will stay, okay? So I'm going to take a bead. Let's see, let's pick up one of these guys. And I just picked out a few of the medium-sized beads from that Smoke and Mirrors kit. You don't want the gigantic ones, I mean, because they're not going to sit very well in that, you know, but I just picked out some of the medium ones. I'm going to lay my little bead in there, and I want my chain laying flat out here on my mat, so it's the same, it's all going to lay like it's going to lay on your arm, okay? We're going to take this elastic, and coming from the back through this next jump ring, I'm just going to pull it through just like that. Very gently. You do not want to stretch this. You want it to lay just very gently, okay? Very loose and not tight. I'm going to put my next bead on, lay it right there. And again, coming from this side, and the reason I'm doing it from the same side on each one is to keep it from getting tangled up, and just to make it lay when it's on your wrist, it's going to lay perfectly. Okay, so, and then I went through the jump ring there. I'm going to take my next bead, put it on, lay it right in there, come from the back through the jump ring, and there you have it. And I'm just going to do this the length of my bracelet. I'm putting on a bead. Let's see, which one do I want to use now? Let's use this guy. Putting on a bead, letting it lay in there, and then coming from this side. Don't cross over your Stretch Magic or your stretch cord. You just want to go straight through like this. And if anything is twisted up, you need to fix it, but you just want it going straight through that little jump ring. Okay, we'll do this guy. Lay him in there. Come through from this side, through the jump ring. Okay, let's do this one next. And you just want to go to the length that you want your bracelet to be. Right in, through the jump ring. We'll do this one next. No, I just did that one. Let's see, let's do this one next. And straight through, just like that. We'll go with this bigger guy. Let's go with this bigger guy. And straight through. And that's probably about as long as I need to make it because my wrist is tiny. So yeah, that's right at about 6 inches. By the time I put the, do a couple dangles, I may put one more on here. Let me do this guy. And go right through. And that's going to be plenty long for me, I think. You can pick it up and try it on if you want, but I don't really like to do that because then it gets all wonky, twisted around. I like to crimp it and everything before I pick it up. Yeah, I don't think I need to put another one on. I think that's it. Okay, so here I am. I'm through this jump ring. I'm going to take this crimp tube. I'm going to let it fall to the other side of the jump ring. Now, I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. I'm coming around the jump ring, and I'm going to go back through the crimp tube. you stretch that tight over your finger like this, it will usually go back through without too much problem. Come on now. There we go. And just pull it. Now, I want to lay this back out. I don't want to pull this super tight, okay? I don't want it to be, you don't want it to stretch. You want it just to lay just right in here with no stretching going on. And I know that is a little ironic since we're using stretch magic, or stretch cord. I keep saying stretch magic. It's just stretch cord, elastic cord. But you just want to lay it out, pull it, lay it the way it's supposed to go, and this needs to be just a little bit loose. We do not want it to be tight on there, because if it is, it's going to crinkle everything up, and we don't want it crinkled. We just want these laying in these little frames. So pull, make sure that everything has the room that it needs and that it's laying good. That seems to be pretty decent right there. And then you can take your elastic and pull it and just get it a little tight on there, just so that there's not a big loop around there. Now, because we've used gunmetal crimp tubes, they're not going to show up, so I'm not going to worry about crimp covers and all that. And I'm just going to take this guy and crimp him right down tight. And again, if you do that and you don't crimp it so hard that you cut the elastic, it is very secure. You don't have to worry, and I just cut it off. It's not noticeable at all. If you wanted to put a crimp bead cover over it, you could, but I don't see the reason for it. It really isn't noticeable. Okay, so now, let me hold it up to my wrist and just see how I need to, yeah, that's going to be good. So I'm going to do a couple dangles here, down just a little, and I'm going to cut these, let's see, I'm going to cut this one off. And unfortunately, these jump rings that hook these together are soldered, so you just have to cut them and put a new jump ring on. So I tried to open it and was like, no, this is not going to work. It's not going to open. Okay. So again, I'm just laying this out with everything flat. I'm going to take my my head pin. You could use an eye pin if you want to make a dangle. That would be really cute. But, I mean, make a dangle from the dangle. And I'm going to just put a couple beads on here and just make a loop. So I bend 90 degrees, cutting that off. And I'm just going to roll a loop back. Just like that. Take my other jump ring. And I'm going to go right through that hole on the end of this chain and just put my dangle right on. Okay, and there we have it. These are so quick and easy. Would make great gifts, like if you know somebody's favorite colors, you could make them and stack them. Look how cute they would be stacked if you did just a whole big row. So I think these are so much fun. They're so quick, so easy, and so versatile. So there you have it. Little Stretch Magic bracelets, or stretch cord and chain bracelets. I'm in the habit of saying that. It is elastic stretch cord. You can use any one, but Jessie James Beads has them. We're going to link them below in the description box. And you get a free spool if you spend $29 this week. So that is a fantastic deal. So check that out. I will link it. And just a lot of fun, quick and easy and fun. So if you guys enjoyed the video, if you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. It helps me so much if you subscribe. It is free, it does not cost you a thing. And my algorithms show me that over 50% of the people watching me are not subscribed. So please, please subscribe. And if you ring the bell, it will notify you when I upload videos. If you don't ring the bell, you're not going to know. You're going to have to rely on YouTube to show you my videos in the suggested videos. But if you subscribe and ring that bell, you're going to know when I upload because they're going to tell you. So yeah, check it out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.